So my kids want a video. I got you guys. Oh, my phone's moving. Let's do some skincare since I don't feel like doing anything. This is for them because I love them, not because I feel like doing anything. I don't care. But, you know. Anyways, how are you guys? I missed you. Ah, it's been years. I know, it's crazy. Look, I'm old. Isn't that great? My babies. Anyways, some of them have been coming out on their own too, so we can talk about them too. First, let's talk about my shirt capstan, because apparently that was one of the parties when I said you throw one, they throw one. I feel like I should talk about how camps work, since there's been a lot of confusion of my camp. And I guess there shouldn't be any confusion. So how camps work, I don't know if you know the song, I Didn't Start the Fire. It's just a camp. Okay. Anyways. I don't know how else to explain it. If you want to talk about egos, so being on one, that's an ego. Egos are also not real, in a way. That's why it's called an ego death, when you realize that. So that's why I said the ones and twos being on one. Okay. I can't go too much in depth because it is what it is. I don't know. Okay. So I don't like how to portray that. Think of a camp. Okay. So that's what it is. Anyways, so capstan, I apparently partied with, like went to their parties. I don't know which one it was. Was that there was one party I had went to that was at like Disney Springs or something, and that one I did not like. Not the party, but the place. Disney Springs is like Stepford Wives vibes. So I was like, ugh. I mean, it's cool, right? Like living Stepford Wives lifestyle, but I was just like, eerie. Not a bad thing. I don't know. It's just different vibes. I don't know if that was that one. I know the Sea Haven one was like an empty house party. And they were playing in the living room. I'm pretty sure. Sea Haven. So yeah, I would party with other bands and they would do other things. So yeah. I just didn't remember. My friend told me. I was like, oh, true. I didn't remember which bands that we partied with. Who else was it? Freaking... I've been seeing this guy Ryan Montgomery on TikTok. I'm like, he's one of them. If you go on my Instagram, you see a picture of me wearing the Google Glass. I'm pretty sure it was him that let me take a picture with it. Oh, that's so sweet. And what's cool about that one is it uses peripherals. I don't know. Anyways, that was a cool experience to be able to try those out. He is one of my really smart kids. All of my kids are really smart. We went to college. Like, it was like the nerds. I'm a nerd. I don't know how to explain. I'm sorry. I'm a nerd. I'm a fantasy nerd, but you know, there's different kinds, but it's all the same. Like, I would compete Magic the Gathering in college. Like boy brain. So all my friends were boys because they were like nerds and stuff. It's not a bad thing. It's just what it is, you know? So that's one of them. I'm like, oh, you see, you're all grown up. Oh my gosh. And he said he could do attacks with like computer stuff, and he's the one that showed me the Google. I'm so proud. Good job. Just because you can be bad doesn't mean you have to. So when like he was talking about nihilism, it's like, yeah, that's an option, you know. Nihilism is an option, but it's not an end all be all. You can care, that's okay too. As you see, my dogs care that there's a vacuum happening. It's a thing, it's okay to care. So yeah, that's also a thing. What else? Who else do you want to talk about? Let me do skincare too. What are we doing? Let's start with toner. I'll give you the step by step. Usually use toner. I need a cotton pad. Couple of cotton pads. Oh, let's talk about Willard. Willard deserves to be talked about because he is golden. I forget about Willard. He is golden. He's so amazing as a person, as a human. I look up to him. I look up to all my friends. There's not much looking up though because we're the same people, just circumstantial, you know? So that's why I look up to him, not necessarily anything else. It's just, yeah. So I think he was the one that brought up Dana at my parties. So he's the matchmaker. You know? I think he was the one that brought up Dana. And I was like, that is great. If we can make that happen, I would love that. And Ronnie's with Dana, so I was like, oh my god, yes. What the fuck is happening? It looks dirty. I'm like, I'm not that dirty. I'm like, jeez. Is he wearing makeup? He might have been wearing makeup. I don't know. Let's get some more cotton pads. We're gonna keep doing this until it runs clear, and then I'll use this toner. I'm gonna use multiple toners today because of this. If it comes out like this, that's not a good thing. That's pollution. It was raining yesterday and I went out. Oh shit, that's why. Pollution, I'm telling you. It's not that hard to keep up maintenance. I'm using, for this toner, for the cleaning, is called Plasma Plus. So it kind of like automatically removes the dead skin cells and pollution. So I like that. That's how like blackheads are formed. So I like to use what's this? Textured cotton pads to remove anything deeper within. Still going, so we're gonna keep going. Oh, and also it's a darker color, so like it automatically looks darker when you are wiping the debris or whatever it is. Let's see what else. Willard, yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's the one that brought her up at the parties, and I thought that was hilarious. My parties specifically was based off of Plato's Cave, which is why we would do, like I said, not tricks. It was inspired by that. So the point is to get out, because I'm antisocial. You know, like leave. Like party, okay, leave. You know. So when he said her name was Dana Dentata, I was like, ah. And I was planning like my future, and I'm like, I love boys. I'm more boy centered, but I also not just love myself, but love myself like bisexually. So, I was like, I want a girl for Ronnie. He deserves 2 girls. If he's my pimp, he deserves 2 girls. And we're talking about Donna and the den, and then he goes, there's a girl named Dana Dentata. I'm like, yes. Try to get her. And it's happening. Like, yes. But I don't know, because she is, and like I said, it's different hellscapes, right? And so I'm not, you do what you want, right? So my option or plan for what I'd like was, I had fallen for Bobby. Growing up wise, it's Luke, like that's who it should be. And then situations is Ronnie, right? So that's a lot of work. Right? So I was just like, hay mucho trabajo. So I was like, who am I gonna choose? I don't know. I'd rather not, and have them all 3. If Bobby is already his best friend, he's a musician, Luke can drum for him. It's a type of camp. Then that would be cool, right? So, like, do that, you know, do that option. And then if we're gonna be doing it for money, because in my opinion, boys make the money, right? Like, we're talking about not mixing, but like what tastes good cooking wise. Boys make the money, right? Because then that helps their ego. Okay. So I picked, to solidify what was discussed, I picked 5 boys to be in that camp. So we created a different camp, because a camp, you can have different camps. You don't have, you know, that's a thing. So I picked 5 boys to be in a camp together, but it branches, okay? Because it wasn't just, since we're kids too, and this is all rock culture. This is a family. It's like a chain. It's a rock culture. We were making other camps too. So the other camp was the Noah and the DL one, to signify the music scene, and Bobby was still in that one. So I had told him, because for business wise, so I had told him, he was already thinking about starting a company, He had showed me it, but he didn't even start it yet. He was just showing me like the concept, and I was just like, actually, you know what? That's perfect for the camp. You know, so because then you can expand with that. Yeah. So it's all, like I said, I'm a marketing major, so it's not just boys coming to me about wanting to hook up. It was like marketing advice and stuff like that. My boy side, I'm bi, so my boy side, they also like, because I know that stuff. Although I know it, I don't appreciate it because I'm a girl. Okay, I'm a nerd about it, but that's not my job. Okay, so I'm giving it away. Okay. So, which is how I have a lot of boys. So I'm over here making, you know, dinners, having friends over, you know, being the mom of the group, and then also helping them. This is my third toner. This is called a softener. So we removed all that gunk from my skin. So now we're going to soften the skin and fill in all that poo-poo that came out. So there's cold plasma. Then we went in with hydrating milky toner. Now we're going in with, this is one of my favorites, Future Solutions. That ish is nice. What else? Yeah, that's what a camp is camping. If you already know, you're a kid, you grow up, you get a husband, you have kids, that's a kind of camp. A business is a kind of camp too. Your job. You guys are all together making money off of it though, right? Okay, so it's a different kind of camp. Anyways, and so I'm like the teacher of the group too at the same time. So, so they're like my marketing, what's it called? Although they were nerds, they were my control, my marketing, I can't think of the word right now. Yeah, control group, focus group, okay? So those are my focus group kids. But because they're all like up in the brains wise, up in there, they're all successful and doing really well, and so they leaned on me on the marketing side, and I was teaching them that while they're learning their specialties so they could promote themselves better and do even better. So it was cool. Who else? Yeah, Willard deserves special attention. I'm pretty sure he's the one that brought up Tina, and he's like, he is so beautiful. So when Danny was like, Eric, I got so upset. I was like, do you see this guy? He is so cool. He is a beautiful specimen. And I was like, just because I can't be with him doesn't mean he's not like, he's not worthy. What the fuck? Anyways, that was her ego, so it's okay. It's not a bad thing, but a little rude in my opinion. Anyways, dude, I had some dirty skin. I'm glad I did that. Ew. It's not a lot, but still like a lot. My skin was getting irritated. I need to clean it more. I have dry skin, so I get dead skin cells, so that's what that is. And then when I use makeup, it's like even more apparent. Come off. I use toner, now I need serum. We're gonna go in with glycolic serum. Need some acid for all that gunk that was there. The thing about serums is you gotta be careful how you mix them. I made a video about skincare, but you have to be careful what serums you're mixing. Like retinols don't do well with other acids, so you're burning your skin essentially when you mix that with a retinol with other things like glycolic acid, especially depending on the strength of what you're using. So you need to like look at what you're using, because you could essentially be damaging the skin. Yeah, so I was like the mom of the group, and I was also doing the teachings of, because Blake lived with me, right? So I'm preparing him to be I'm still the mom, so I'm preparing him to be a musician. So one of the things that we did, because I had homework and I get distracted easily, but also thinking of Blake and like what he needs to be focused on, I would play, I think it was Sempiternal album on, because it just came out. I would put that, I was like, today's homework day, so everybody in my apartment, so Danny, Alyssa, Blake, and I live together. I'm like, I'm gonna play Bring Me the Horizon. So that was on repeat. You can sing along, but it's gonna be on repeat for an entire day. That preps Blake, because he has to listen to music, the same songs constantly. That helps with me and Danny need to do homework. And then because I chose the song, that's kind of messed up for Alyssa, so she had to just suffer for a day. And then the next day she chose the song, which I chose it for her because she thought I was messing with her, but I don't mess with my kids, it's just that's what I chose. So then I know she loves Bayside, so the next day we did Bayside, and we did a whole day of just listening to Bayside on repeat and stuff like that. So that one was dedicated to her and stuff. So it was always like that. My house or our apartment, it was really nice. And like the boys, they're still like respectful and stuff. So, but like the boys will be boys kind of situation. So like say Blake goes to Justin's house, well then Luke is coming over with Noah, and so they're my guests still. I'm still their mom, so I make them chicken pot pie. Or like ramen or something. Like, you know, I cook for them. They watch TV, do their homework, stuff like that. So it was cool. But like, and then like Blake gets jealous, like, no! It's my mom. It's like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody's mom, I'm just a friend. You know? I just love my boys. They're away from their moms, and I'm like playing that role in college and teaching them stuff, so they like it. And they're like, you know, like the focus group, yay! You know? Okay, so we did the glycolic. We do advanced night repair. What else? Yeah, I was a mom in my friend group, so to see all of them doing well is really cool. I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, you guys did so well. If it was up to me, like dating wise, I love them all, I can't take them all. So I'm like, I fall for Bobby. It's supposed to be Luke, because growing up, I'm like, it's supposed to be you. You know? And then Ronnie's my pet. So I'm like, mucho trabajo. And I'm like, no, I need a girl. You're trying to kill me? Jokingly. I'm like, I have it. And this is my proposition. I don't know. you have choices, right? My proposition was, and I think the boys liked it, but we didn't know Dana yet, so we didn't know what she would think. So I don't know. She could keep Ronnie. I don't know what she wants to do. Anyways, but if she wants to be a Gibson, that would be cool. And be like the 5 Gibsons. You know? Like I said, I'm not poly though. I'm open-minded. So like, I just want to give my last name to them, which I think is sweet. It's a choice if they want that. And then, because it's music, you know, so like the Gibsons, you know, that would be adorable. But I don't know. I would like that for us to be the Gibsons. Just throwing it out there. And then that kind of signifies all the kids, you know, because like her name was Dina Dentata, and I'm like, we're not going anywhere. And then take her last name and put her as a Gibson. That would be cool. And now she's with Ronnie, so I don't know what she wants. You know, whatever she wants. Or not what she wants, what Ronnie wants. What they want. They're a couple already. And this has been years, but this is what we discussed, was finding, like, doing that. That would be cool, because that's like a band too, in a way. You know? It's a type of band. It's just a loving one. It's a marriage, you know? That'd be adorable. I would love that. So that's what I had said. And they liked the concept. Luke, Ronnie, Bobby liked the concept. So I was like, what do you guys think? So we shall see. But if she's there already, I mean, I think that's good signs, right? That means that she's okay with that. What else? Gonna use Vitalize Supreme. I love Estee Lauder skincare. They have some good skincare. Oh, I didn't. You know what? Since I already grabbed it, sometimes if I already grabbed the moisturizer, I'll mix in my oil. I'm using Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. MRC. It's a good one. Mix that into the cream since I forgot to add it and it's already on my hand. Still getting into the skin. But yeah, so that was a plan years ago. So I don't know. I did give them 10 years to decide what they want to do. And she's there, so. Oh. And I did meet her at the restaurant, and I was all excited. I was like, yes. Exactly. That would be so cool. I've been losing weight. You want to see guys? Want to see my update, my progress? Like, we like big titty goth bitches, you know, but like I don't want to be too big. Dana's already so teeny tiny, so I'm already a big girl compared to her, you know? So I'm like, Be like, we don't want too big at the same time. We just want a thick girl. At medium. Medium big titty. Just look at the titties. But just curvaceous. My hips don't lie. What did I miss? I'm really good at twerking. Anyways, I'm just making the timer go. What else do you guys want to talk about? Yeah, so that's my side. It's like I'm straight, but I like myself. So that's what I'm into. And if it was my choice of like marriage, it would be keep my last name because it's cool, like punny. And then have everybody change it to Gibson and then be the 5 Gibsons. I think that would be the dopest marriage ever. You know? But watch me. If Dana says no, to that, then she would probably keep Ronnie because I think that would be beautiful too. And then I'd go with Bobby and not Luke. Now I want all 3. I want them all together all the time. So I don't know. Willard was always my confidant, so I don't know. I have to talk to him, and I don't have his contact either. I don't have anybody's contact anymore. That was my friend. Oh, I miss them. I miss all of them. Travis, we didn't even talk about Travis. He owns a pizzeria in Orlando. Like I said, they all did really well. They used my stuff for them. So he met his girl Elizabeth at my parties. I was trying to make more baddie goth bitches, you know. So I would have twerk outs for the girls. Teach goth girls how to twerk. You know, stuff like that. She was one of them. There was Morgan. There's multiple girls too. It wasn't just, but it was like my parties. Like I was the mom of the house, so I was in charge. And I'm like, me in charge? What does that even mean? I'm stupid, you know? Like I'm a silly person. You don't want me in charge. I'm too silly. I do have fun roles, but like, yeah, so Travis found his girl at my parties. Some of them dated girls from those parties. There was Drew and Alex. They were one of the, like I said, bromances. Bromances are good for boys' brains. So, they're allowed to, like, you know, participate in stuff for their mental health. So, it was like a bromance kind of higher, like that was who I would bring onto my parties. So they had a buddy, especially when you don't know anybody at parties, you always want somebody to go with that you know. That's like a good, not fallback, but like tether, you know? Because it was also about mental health, marketing, like we would talk about deep subjects and stuff. Or like even Bobby, because he knew a lot of it already. I was so impressed because he's a music nerd like me, and so he's the one that showed me Oingo Boingo, Event Sevenfold Connection. I was just like, okay, you showed me that, but like I already knew that that was a thing. Like, you know, ripping off bands and vampirism. And so I was like, yes, but let me show you these. You know, and that's how the DL rap came to be. I was looking up bands that I already know do that, and like same concept, different style kind of thing we're talking about. Like freaking Zachy V went to Bobby invited him to my party, and I'm just like, and I forgot. It's been years. I'm like, oh yeah, he was there. So it was like the parties were like a fusion of like college students and famous people like intermingling, meeting. So it's like a surprise, like, oh, Zachy V is there, oh my god. My reaction. So Kyle knows famous people, okay. I was like, okay. But everybody else was freaking out. Zachy V. I'm just like, oh, I love the song Scream, and then you guys were having a competition, and I'm not into all that stuff, but I saw that, you know, stuff like that. So I would tell him what I know about his band, but like also not know who he is, and that's cool to them because usually fans are aggressive. So like me not knowing, I'm just telling them about themselves. They like that too, you know. It's cool. It's like, oh wow. It's appreciative, you know. Like yeah. So trying to think what else. That's all I remember so far from what they're showing me. I'm trying to think, because Willer's the one that introduced or brought up Dana. I'm pretty sure. And I was like, yeah, she's beautiful. What else? That is all. Okay, bye.